Love. So many forms of you exist, one could even say that you play a role in every single action we take. Lust. As we age, it seems that lust is lust. I just hope we can continue to find it every now and then. Lightning. Lightning quickly strikes the poet and he goes wild on the notebook, picking out thoughts, picking out ideas. It's never been so creative. It makes him feel like God, and at the end of the 4-hour ordeal, he celebrates. It's alive! It's alive! LeBron. Constantly writing and trying to get better, inspired by MJ, Kobe, and LeBron, but feeling like the LeBron to my idols, because I feel the hunger to keep improving and showing everyone just how wrong they are regarding what can be done with poetria while trying to stay humble and act like a leader for the coming generation. Lord. Never really was religious, but I've considered reading the Bible, Lord. All religious texts must be interesting to explore, Lord, at least just once, but I guess I've been disappointed beyond belief, and I just never been really that inspired to read those texts of God made by man. Life. It's all circle. At least it seems that way when we look at it on a macro level. Limbo. Often feeling like I'm in limbo, especially recently when we've been enclosed for so many hours. Feeling in limbo, often looking for jobs or working on my own shit, but never finding a way to survive off it. Feeling like I'm in a limbo. I just hope I can get off of it sometime soon. Light. There seems to be a light at the end of this long tunnel. I wonder if we'll go back to some normalcy immediately after, or at least in a few years. Lift. I travel back home to the west in order to get some sort of lift, and I find it. The music's just rung through me, and the words just type themselves. It all serves as a little reminder that going back home can be life-saving. Loose. The mind's loose right now like a dog when it's let out, and it feels great. As all the stress goes away, I just wish chances for this were allowed more often. Lasting. I think my work will be long-lasting. Sometimes I don't even care much about it. I just try to keep a balance between having fun and being serious, though I'm always serious even when I'm having fun, 'cause it's true and I'll forever preach it. Always try to have fun with your creative juices. The day they become work, they'll lose some of that joy that made you love them. Lethal. This year has been lethal on all of our systems and all of our mentals. A lot of scars have been born, and they'll continue to thrive. I just hope we stay alive long enough to see the light shine. Lethological. Constantly feeling lethological, my mind often losing words and simple memories. I wonder if the vast amount of visual media consumed plays a role in that loss. At least it feels like it. I'll just be listening to my girl for a second, and the next second, after viewing social media for a while, I'll forget her story. Is it social media? Am I lethological? Or is it a sign of early dementia? I honestly don't know, but it feels weird and depressing. Lyric. Never been much of a lyrical poet. I've always kind of feared the lyric, the rhyme, because I set high standards for myself, based on some of influences' work. But I should really apply some of the wisdom I pass on to others. Just be unafraid, try it out, and learn from the results. Laziness. Laziness is another type of art form, one that many master, one that many practice, and wish to practice more often, especially now when the world just seems to run at 1,000 miles per hour. Sometimes we just want to sit down and do nothing, and not have it be called being lazy, but instead taking a break. But if it'll just be called the same as always, then fuck it. Being lazy and practicing the art of laziness might just be the piece that we need right now. Laced. Often feeling like I'm being lazed by responsibilities as my daily to-do list grows ever so long. At times I appreciate it because I know I'll always be doing something, but it's also highly overwhelming. I guess it is some sort of superpower / curse. Laws. Breaking the laws brought his downfall. a web of lies, a web of liars, thousands hurt, greed at the core. Lurk. Lurking in the darkness, the poet stays as a hermit, working on his skills, experimenting with others, perfecting the craft. Some would call him villain for not keeping the craft pure, but others would praise him for elevating it. Litigation. Years of pain and anger finally burst out in the forms of litigations, and a movement was born, bringing down villains and putting up new figures to admire. Live. We continue to live this new form of reality. The question is, how much time's left? We've slowly adapted to it, but can we live like this forever? Will we be able to feel safe again, shaking hands, hugging, kissing? Time will tell. Time will tell. Lost. We're all lost in this state of limbo. We don't have a light that guides us into a brighter future. It feels like we've lost 2 years, and it feels like we're going to lose more because we failed to do our best to go back to normal. Level. Experimenting with different forms, experimenting with different mediums, experimenting with different art forms, the poet seeks to grow level to level, from Kaioken to Super Saiyan to God. It is a lifelong quest to become the best he can never be. Low. Laying low is his thing as he plays with the art form, slowly building up a repertoire that will serve as his legacy. Less. Every day he feels he does less. Years of hard work are suddenly leaving him brain dead, burnt out, or whatever you want to call it. Yet he continues pushing through, moving forward, hoping to get better at the craft while still staying passionate about the art form that brought him a sense of freedom. Lethargy. Periods of weakness and lethargy have consumed the poet in these unprecedented weird times, but he continues to find time to let the mind go free and let him feel cleansed. Load. The load he carries is a heavy one, but he continues to try and move forward, trying to not let the load get the best of him, though sometimes a scream or two definitely help.